Hey everybody, it's your favorite low quality video maker here, Sherlog, and today we're going to play some Dwarf Fortress. I'm going to kind of show the game off, what it's about, and show you around, and maybe you'll enjoy it. If you're not familiar with Dwarf Fortress, it's a game that came out, I think it's like 2009, 2010, maybe even longer ago. It was made in C# by two brothers who have continued on it since forever, and it's been free to play ever since. Up until the new Steam version came out. That being said, you can still play the free-to-play version, the older version, for free still. And it's got, I think, almost everything that this game has. Uh-oh. So, oh, wow. Whoa. What is going on here? Okay, well, welcome to my fortress. I'm kind of a noob at the game, but I'll show you around before I figure out what just happened here. This is crazy. What happened? I've never seen this before. We have smoke and fire all over the place. Some sort of a sabotage must have happened. Okay, anyways, listen, Dwarf Fortress. It's a fantasy fortress simulator. Sort of like The Sims meets Minecraft meets, I don't know, an organization game, I guess. And what you're doing is you're maintaining a fortress of dwarves that you don't have necessarily direct control of. They have their own individual personalities. They have their own skills. They have social skills, combat skills, labor skills, others. They got all kinds of cool and interesting things. They got different thoughts. See, he's embarrassed of watching a performance. He must have been a really bad performer, so that means that we need to kick whatever bard is doing a bad performance. We need to kick him out of this bar. So at the top layer of my fortress is my inn. This is my tavern. This is where outside visitors come to visit. Here's my little trading depot. Got some guard dogs at the gate. We're gonna go up a level. I got my my farm here. Little blocks where we can use to build walls and stuff. We got block makers. Up above, we got our tavern. And this is more of the tavern. This is where the guest can sleep. We got just a bunch of beds out there. And it's also serving as a little bit of a fortress tower for the archers to shoot from. Since they can shoot through the fortifications here. Allows them to shoot down at enemies that are coming down. We also got two of these ballistas. We got a catapult. We go up higher. We got more ballistas, more catapults. We go higher. We got more ballistas, more higher, more catapults. So the game it runs in layers, and there are a lot of layers. If you look at the top right-hand corner, you see we're at elevation 44. You can see the tops of the trees. If you look at the map, we see this gigantic fire. I still have no idea what this is, and to be honest, I'm not even sure how to investigate what happened because things happen to me in this game all the time and I have no idea what I'm doing. That being said, this fortress has been around for a little while. It's been successful. You look at the top here, we're not really happy. We're not like the happiest fortress. I mean, we're doing pretty good. But to be honest, I don't really micromanage as well as I should. It's something that I'll eventually get to. But right now, if some dwarves get pissed off, they usually just go possessed, and when they become possessed, they take over a workbench, and then they end up crafting something really awesome. So it's like, all right, we'll just go ahead and get pissed off. Regardless, all kinds of cool stuff up here. So let's go down a layer. We're going to go down. We got our logs when we're killing off trees. The elves don't like me too much in town, and I'll show you what that's about a little bit. We're going to go down a little bit here. Let's let this run. Actually, no, let's not let it run because I have a lot to manage here. We're low on drinks. This is kind of our little farming and clothing area. We got some farms up here. We got some clothiers and farmer stuff over here. Some cooking and stuff like that. A little bit of mismanagement on my stockpiles here. Right now we're low on drinks, so I'm kind of going in panic. I haven't gone low on drinks in forever. We're down to 280, and with a population of 200, that's going to go quick. So I got two stills going right now, trying to get those brews up because dwarves love brew. They love alcohol. And again, you know, you can click on any individual dwarf, and you can just learn so much about their character, their personality. It's all randomly generated, and it comes up some really cool stuff. So like I don't know what's interesting about this guy. He had some trauma in 104. He's rude, currently more rude. So I guess that's something that he can change. He is currently more shameless. Again, these are aspects of this character that can evolve. And I have my armies that I've set up on the right-hand side. Got quite a few armies. They're not the best geared, and we actually just got out of a major combat situation where we lost quite a few people. So we're going to have to resupply some of these dwarves. But, I kind of just randomly threw dwarves in there based off of, if they had weapon skills or not. I didn't necessarily care if they cared about anything else. And some of these guys might even not like fighting, but they're forced to fight because I told them to. So, don't care. But that being said, we get a lot of visitors in this fortress, and you got to be careful about who comes. All right, let's see what we have here. So we need refined coal, so we're going to be getting some coal making going on. Some new miners. We're looking at our alerts on the left-hand side. We have collapsed surface. That's just all this. Wow, man, this sucks. This actually really sucks. Oh no, what's going on? Okay, more collapsing. Yeah. Oh no. Oh my goodness. What is that? Hold on. Is that just foliage moving around? Okay, we have leaves. Yeah. Oh. Wow. All over my trees are just collapsing on themselves. Let's scroll up more. Yeah. We can see the foliage just disappearing. Now, this game was way harder back in the day because there was no mouse support like we have now. And also, you had to do everything through the keyboard. It was a lot of work, and you needed a lot of external tools on top of that to help manage everything. One thing that I don't have on this game that I wish I had on the old version was Dwarf Therapist. It allows you to break down the skills of each individual dwarf in a really easy to read spreadsheet, and I don't have that. So now if I want to see all the individual skills, I have to really go to each individual dwarf and look, and it's just too much. I don't know if Dwarf Therapist runs with this or not. Not the prettiest fortress. It's kind of ugly, and we have a lot of blood here from some human that must have gotten into a fight. Let's read our notifications here. Okay, we have a mandate on certain construction goods. All right, yep. Okay, we got more cattle. Okay, that's cool. More collapsing. This is unfortunate. Wow, man. It's just desecrating the entire forest. And I don't know what that's going to do. Trees will grow back, but that's under the assumption that they have foliage to drop on the ground to allow the growth. If all these trees just caught fire, hopefully we'll see regrowth if we cut these down. In fact, we might have to cut these down sooner since we have foliage on the ground and we don't want the current trees to prevent any saplings from growing. I'm not exactly sure how it works. Well, let's scroll down a little bit and show off a little bit more here. Okay. Puppies, no traction mesh. Listen, again, I'm not the best at this. If you guys are really good Dwarf Fortress fans, you're probably like, what is he doing here? This was kind of a fun little project. It was not too difficult to put together. This is a little well that I have set up. The way I did it is I funneled water from this river here, and then I just funneled it in here, and then I have a floodgate that I can open with this lever here, and that'll allow more water to come in as needed. Don't really need a whole lot though. We got 2 layers of water, so we're clear there. We have our military compound here, so if we look here, we got all these different dwarves are allowed to set up there. We need to set up a few more, put them in for training. We got plenty of beds, not the best organized. We got an archery range. Could reorganize that, very tedious. Here's our hospital. And I have this dwarf that's been here for I think a year, just sitting on the ground, incapacitated, and the other dwarves won't help him. So I really don't know what to do with him. Good luck. Dwarves will feed and nourish this dwarf for as long as they live. And it's a child, so that's going to be a really long time just stuck there. Maybe there's a lot of these little glitches. Maybe once he becomes an adult, he'll become incapacitated. Petitions. Let's see what we got. Wants to join Iron Waves? Yeah, sure, whatever. Those petitions will come in from time to time. A lot of them will come through the tavern. People that want to join your fortress, and you got to be very wary of who you allow in your fortress. All right, so now we're at level 38. We're going in a little bit deeper, showing off this a little bit. I like my organization a little bit here. These are just crafted goods. We got plenty of barrels because we have not a whole lot of drinks. And once they finished off drinking all the ale, they put the barrels back. This is my higher quality stuff. I have a lot of mechanisms. I really need to take those out. Let's see if we can get rid of the mechanisms here. Go to custom. Oh. Mech. No, not in there. There we go. Let's get rid of the mechanisms. Let's reload this with mechanisms. Make sure they have somewhere to put it. Okay, they're there. And actually, the problem is that there's no place to put these mechanisms now because they're high quality, and I don't allow high quality goods in here. Uh-oh. Your ruler has arrived with a full entourage. Your thriving site is now a capital. With continued fortune and toil, the legend of a true mountain home may yet be written. Okay, cool. So there's a political system in this game, which I'll get to here once we get through here. Just showing off my fortress. All right, so yeah, so we have more workshops set up here, jewel crafting, stone making. These are where a lot of the stone blocks are made that the dwarves go out and mine. They turn the stone into various things. Generally, they turn them into blocks, though. I have a lot of blocks. Over here is my metal crafting area. Got a staging area for metal ore that dwarves can bring metal to. And then they're going to, turn those metal into bars, and the bars can be used to make other stuff. Like right now, I'm making a lot of pig iron so that I can turn the pig iron into steel with the help of a flux material that you'll need, which is marble in this case, because that's what I've been farming. And then over here, just some more rocks to help the stone crafters quickly get to done. And then this is kind of cool. I got this crafting shop. I have it set up for specific details. It only selects from 2 of the stockpiles to make crafting from. So it accepts only gems from the special gems pile. These are all the highest quality gems that I can find. Right now it's empty. Oh, actually, no, it's not empty. It's just that I had a trader here earlier, so it might still be being moved. I'll have to check on that. So we'll keep going down here. If we scroll down to the left, we have some guild hall down here, the engineering guild. And then we have super special stuff over here. This is the stuff that's to be gemmed up with the high quality stuff, which I don't see a whole... Oh, this one's got a gem on it. So yeah, this mechanism is encrusted with clear diamonds. Cool. We put our clear diamonds on a mechanism. That's actually kind of sucks. I don't know if that can be taken off. Probably not. This is another case where I shouldn't allow mechanisms in here. Mechanisms are used for triggers. Well, if I'm going to use them for triggers, why do I need a diamond encrusted mechanism? So I'm going to have some blingin' triggers going on here. Like, what's this made out of? It's high quality. Okay, so then let's go over to the area over here. And this is like only my artifact items. These are all the like super special stuff. So in this bin, we have a special item. It is a bracelet. So it's the highest craftsmanship. It has oval, whatever you say, decorated with swan leather. It's adorned with hanging rings of eagle leather, star rubies. Those are the best rubies that I have. Alpaca wood. Wow, what a beautiful item, right? So that increases the value of the item significantly. You see that, well, if I click back on it here, it's worth around 55,000, which is great. I have some higher quality items to sell for even more. Another table that is kind of nice to have if you want to increase the value of a room because you have, say, a dictator that's mandating your fortress like I have. He'll make requirements of his own needs, and if you don't meet those needs, well, we're probably going to find out because he's got some needs that are not meeting here. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Left click to recenter to expanded options. Your ruler has arrived. Yeah. Okay. Let's go take a look. Where's he at? Here's the ruler, the queen consort. She recovers quickly. She disdains introspective. She's greedy. Oh, that's a great quality to have. Emotionally distant. Wow, she doesn't care about people. Low willpower. Wow, this is not someone you want to have ruling over your kingdom. I'm going to be honest. I'm not digging her personality here already. Let's take a look at the personality, speaking of which. Very good sense of empathy. Well, that don't make no sense. And a good memory. Well, how do you have a sense of empathy? But where was that other overview? But you're greedy with low introspection, low willpower, low intuition, and yet you seem to have empathy. Okay. And not very much patience and lousy intuition next to no willpower. Wow. So when she demands something, she means it. She wants it. It better happen. That's probably why she's visiting. Let's see. So you'll notice oh no, I have a monarch living with me now. So previously the monarch, I didn't have a monarch here. Oh man, That's going to be a lot of work. Okay, well, this is the problem. Let's go ahead and go. Oh, sorry for the mic hit. Let's go back out here to the world map. Now, bear with me, and hopefully my cursor is showing up. It's really, you can't zoom in on this map. That's a big gripe I have right now, is that you cannot zoom in on this map. But let's expand upon the history of my kingdom, okay? So I am the dwarven fortress of the Wimpix. I am located at the Iron of Waves. That's the site of government, I'm sorry. My civilization is the Sword of Teeth, which is appropriate because we have a lot of religions that are about war, and I'll be honest, I fed into that because I want my dwarves to be strong. We're going to be going on crusades against the goblins who live up here, which we've already done, but the thing is the goblins are kind of weak and they don't have a lot of good stuff, so they're not really reporting a lot back. We have some other little economically linked towns that are now connected to us. So previously, when we first started this fortress, we became our own people. We said, we're not a part of the kingdom anymore. We're going to be our own thing. And then eventually they came to us and they said, hey, wow, you guys are doing a great job. You should join us. And we said, no way. We don't care. We'll make it our own way. Well, they were like, well, listen, if you join us, you're going to get better trade deals and like cooler stuff. I was like, well, I need cooler stuff because like I'm lacking on certain supplies. So yeah, let's join up, see what happens. And I'll tell you what, it was worth it. It was worth it. But it might come to a point where we might have to renegotiate or go ahead and disconnect, because I don't know about having a king living in my city. It's like, you think we're worthy enough to be living with us? Cool, that's fine. But if you are acting like a jerk, we will override the king, and we will consider that. So we'll get into that a little bit. That being said, below is the previous civilization that I guess our dwarves expanded away from. Below them are the elves, and we do a lot of trading with the dwarves mostly. The elves like to visit, but they don't like the fact that I've killed some animals in front. I tried to sell them some items that were made of like skin, and they didn't like that. And then they saw the trees being knocked down. They're like, you can only cut 50 trees, and we're like, fine, 50 trees it is. And I think I've like actually kept up with that, but if you don't keep up with it, they might cause some problems. I don't know. We're gonna find out probably. And because the fortress is older, like you are gonna start finding all kinds of cool stuff that's gonna happen to it. More challenges. See, we had a stockpile here for the remains of our dwarves and other corpses, and now that stockpile is gone because of the forest fire. So let's go ahead and reestablish that real quick. Stockpile. You gonna let me click? Oh, new stockpile. Accept. Custom. And we're gonna do corpses, but I don't want goblin corpses in there. I'll show you why. So let's turn off goblin corpses. Alright, the reason we don't do goblin corpses is because I want the invading goblin forces that come to my town every once in a while, and I've had some big battles happen here. I want them to see the corpses of their generals, of their warriors, strung about. And so when they come by them, it strikes fear into them. And it works. It literally works. They become uneasy when they see these corpses. And I got them strung up to the west. And I think I got some strung up to the northeast here, because that's where they've been invading. I could use some more corpses to the southeast, just to make sure that they were sending a message here, Alright, well, listen. That's the Dwarf Fortress. I'm going to go into a little bit more, and we're going to cut the video here at that point. But continuing on, we got some guild halls. We got some royalty that we have living here for our duchess, or our duchy, or whatever. We got a jail cell, which I haven't really utilized much, because I haven't really dived into that much. I have dived into it in previous fortresses. Scrolling down even more, we have our living spaces. A little disorganized. I think it houses about 200 people. And some more noble lives down here. And then we have a library down here, which really needs to be expanded on and made prettier. It's not pretty. They like to see things like over here, if you click on this, you'll see these little dwarfen faces. Those are engravings. So you can actually tell your dwarves to engrave on the walls, engrave on the floors, and they like it. And it tells a little bit of the history of the dwarf fortress here. All right, scrolling down a little bit more here. Let's zoom out. we're almost done. Okay, yep. Oh, we're working on a project over here. This is gonna go. This is gonna be a railway that goes deep, 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 deep. And it's gonna go all the way down to the bottom where the high value ores are, where the high value gems are, and it's also just gonna be an easier way of transporting stuff for my dwarves from the top deck to the lowest. All right, scroll down a little bit more here. These are some of the guild halls that we have set up. Are actually temples. These are all temples. So to get you an idea of what values my dwarves have, we have 80 of them at the Moldath religion, which I don't recall what all these religions are, but when I first set them up, I was able to. So they were things like, you know, war and strength and stuff like that, or crafting. So yes, those are some of them. We have another one we need to set up here just for something else, and then here's another guild hall. Scrolling down a little bit more, we go into, you know, places where you can mine and strip mine. We got some gems over here. Let's go ahead and tell our dwarves to go collect that at some point whenever they feel like it. And then, yeah, so at this point, you're just going deeper and deeper to explore and also find more high-value gems and high-value ores. And then we're going to just go ahead and skip all the way down to the bottom here. Not close to the bottom. We're at negative 119 elevation. If we scroll down even farther, it goes down to 129, negative 129. So let's go back to 119 here. All right, well, whatever. So this is where we have some magma. So we set up some magma smelters. This is not efficiently set up, again. So the dwarves, you know, in order to come do steel greaves, they got to drag ore all the way from like the top deck. It's very inefficient. Actually, I think I got maybe some steel down here, possibly. A lot of iron and copper. And then we try to explore out here, and I was trying to experiment, see if I could get this water flow to like flow on some magma and see what happens. Spoiler alert, haven't gotten that far. So that's Dwarf Fortress, and I guess I have a king that I have to appease his needs, and he requires a royal dining room, a royal mausoleum, so a royal throne room, you know, royal bedroom. Gosh, that's gonna be so much work. But maybe if I make a video and I'll have that finished for you next time, and I promise I'll make it cool. All right, I'll see you guys around.